Hey everybody, welcome to AMC Movie News. My name's John Campy, editor-in-chief of AMC Movie News, here with an announcement. We've been teasing this on our social media networks, but we are getting ready to launch our March Madness Best Animated Film of All Time tournament. Now, for those of you who've been around AMC Movie News for a while, you'll remember that last year in March, we did our March Movie Madness tournament over the greatest superhero movies of all time. This year, we are doing Best Animated Film of all time. And like last year, we are going with 32 entrants, which means 2 brackets of 16. Now, last year, our 2 brackets were named after great directors from the comic book genre. We had the Whedon bracket and we had the Nolan bracket. This year, for our animated tournament, we have 2 brackets again, and this time they are being named after 2 different giants in the world. This time in the world of animation, we have the John Lasseter bracket and the Hayao Miyazaki bracket, 2 of probably the most prominent names in animation today. Now, of course, this has no bearing on, who's in which bracket, but these are just the ceremonial names of our 2 brackets. Of course, we'll go down through the brackets till each bracket has a winner, and then the 2 champions will face off. And this is how our brackets work. If we bring up this chart here, you'll see that in each bracket, we will have 16 animated films, and they will be seeded number 1 through 16. So number 1 will fight off against number 16 in the first round. Number 2 will go off against number 15, number 3 against number 14, so on and so forth. As the winners win, they will advance on to the next bracket and play the other winners until we ultimately have a champion, one from each side. Now, the seeding plays an incredibly important part of this, because if you've got a movie that could maybe in some people's eyes go pretty far in the tournament, but it ends up with a low seeding and it matched up against a powerhouse against, say, I don't know, Toy Story, then that film, even though it's really good, could be knocked out in the first round. Now, for this tournament, one of the main things we had to do was come up, of course, with the 32 animated films that will participate in the tournament. This has been a very, very difficult process for us because there are so many great animated films. And, last year with the March Movie Madness tournament for the comic book movie genre, even though it was really great and a lot of fun and really interesting, a lot of great movies, we all pretty much knew it was going to come down to the Avengers and it was going to come down to the Dark Knight, and those would be the 2 champions. This year, I'm telling you, it is a coin toss. Any one of about 16 to 20 of these films could end up winning this darn thing. But before we do that, we even had to come up with our 32. Now, we're not going to make the announcement today on which 32 have come in. We'll be announcing that on AMC Movie Talk in the coming days. But to give you an idea about how difficult coming up with the 32 animated films were, here's an example. Here are 8 or 9 films that did not get into the tournament. I mean, we had a lot of discussion. We've poured over this for days, and we came up with our list of 32, but here are some films that did not get into the tournament, although they were discussed. First of all, Coraline. A lot of people love this film, absolutely adore it. For some people, I know it's their favorite film of all time. It did not get into our March Movie Madness tournament. Also, How to Train Your Dragon. This, again, some people's favorite of all time. We love it around here. I mean, some people might even argue whether How to Train Your Dragon or How to Train Your Dragon 2 was best, but neither of them actually got into the tournament. Next film that didn't get in, Ghost in the Shell. How do you have an animated movie tournament and Ghost in the Shell isn't there? Well, this one, Ghost in the Shell, did not crack the top 32. Also not in the tournament, but was discussed. Jungle Book, one of the all-time classics with some of the great classic characters. And we've got a couple of live-action remakes coming up, but not in our tournament this year. Next up, it got snubbed at the Oscars, and it's getting snubbed here. The Lego Movie did not make our top 32, did not make it into the tournament. Also not making it in, one of Pixar's great films, Monsters, Inc. We all love Monsters, Inc. around here, adore Monsters, Inc., but this is a tough tournament to get into. Monsters, Inc. did not get in. Speaking of it, Shrek. Shrek did not get in. The film that spawned off a mega worldwide successful franchise. A lot of people love this film. Shrek did not get in. 2 more that didn't make it. One of the all-time classic from the Disney studios, Sleeping Beauty, did not make it into the tournament. And lastly, you'd be surprised how many people brought up this film, but it didn't quite eke in. Transformers, the animated movie, did not get in. So these are all films that did not get into our tournament, which gives you an idea about how good these films are that did get into the tournament are. We're going to be running these things down, and then we are going to put it to you guys. Once we put the brackets together, the way our March Movie Madness tournaments work, and we're going to put it up to you to vote on each matchup, and then you guys will determine the winner of each matchup, and then we'll move into the following week. So keep your eyes open on AMC Movie Talk for when we announce the 32 films that made it in and how they will be seated, which is really, really important in this tournament. We cannot wait to get into this. We can't wait to see how you guys judge this thing, and hopefully there are going to be some great films on this list that maybe you haven't seen, and it'll give you the motivation to get out and see some of these amazing all-time great animated films. So thanks for joining us. Check out the March Movie Madness tournament coming up here on AMC Movie News soon. We can't wait to have your participation. My name is John Campea for AMC Movie News, and until next time, bye-bye.